unemployed, the same Kenyans who cannot afford 3 meals a day, the same Kenyans that is brutalizing. This is the trigger. Finance Bill 2024, which is an IMF World Bank project, was simply a trigger based on the historical grievances that Kenyans have had for all this time. It was also precipitated by the fact that even though the Constitution ended, at least legally, the imperial presidency, the president has refused to recognize the constitutional limits. For instance, he's using the power of the presidency that is limited in the Constitution to emasculate parliament, and has emasculated parliament completely through bribery, through CDF, which the courts have declared illegal, through threats like that of Kibet Farouk, through kidnappings or abductions, and through bribery. He has also emasculated the judiciary, again, through the same mechanisms. So the legislative arm of government and the judicial arm of government have been turned into extensions of State House. The executive is now engaged in impunity. They do things without restraint. The victims of injustices, the victims of Kenyans who have been abducted, Kenyans who have been tortured, Kenyans who have been murdered or extrajudicially killed, have not received justice. Ruto has not even spent 1 minute expressing his condolences. So, in other words, we have had unbridled arrogance of public officers, including the president, that has exploded into the protests. People, I believe about 65% of Kenya's population is unemployed. These people are on the street because, number one, they don't even have anything to do. They don't have anything to do because the state has failed. The government has failed to take care of them. Ruto was saying the other day that he wants to export manual laborers to Germany and other places. And many of us are saying, no, the reasons Kenyans elected you is to create employment in Kenya so that these young people, these unemployed, can contribute to the development of the country in Kenya, not going outside to become slaves and to be mistreated in Saudi Arabia and many other places. So, what is the way forward? From what we have seen in the last 1.5 weeks, William Ruto is not interested in accepting the fact that the people have rejected what he has been doing for the last 2 years. Why do I say that? Number one, the abductions are continuing. Today, you saw that they abducted the former MP from his own region, Mr. Alfred Keter, in broad daylight, in front of his children and wife, coming from a church. So that's not a contrite and reasonable leader. That's not a democratic leader. That's not a leader who is listening. Because what is it that Keter has been doing? Keter has been using his X space to challenge Ruto, to question him, to interrogate him, to express his opinions pursuant to the Constitution. The Bill of Rights gives him that, give him those rights. But Ruto does not respond reasonably. If Keter had done anything wrong, if Keter had committed any crime, there is a way to summon someone to the DCI or to arrest them humanely, in a dignified way, legally, by 2 policemen appearing at home and telling him that he's under arrest. I don't think that he would resist. But here he's being abducted on the streets, just like many Kenyans have been abducted and disappeared. Number two, he unilaterally purported to have